All right, here's our video today. Algebra 2. We're going to be talking about system of three equations with three variables. So in Algebra 1, you probably remember system of equations with two equations. Well, in this case now, we're going to have three equations. So let's show a picture on the graph. All right, so we have three equations of here. You have the green, the blue, the red. And where they come together is the answer, the same as system of equations. So let's get a problem, and we'll go over it slowly. All right, let's get our pen. Why don't we use red? So I'll make three equations here. Let's say we had x minus y plus z. So there's our three variables. And we say it equals 10. And then we'll do another one on the bottom, 3x plus y plus 2z. And we'll say it equals 34. A lot of students can sometimes get confused with the z and the 2. So be careful on that. And then we'll have a negative 5x on the third one plus 2y minus z, and we'll say it equals negative 14. So now there is our brace, and it's a system of equations. So what you should do first, the first step, we'll do this slowly. First step is to do the first two, top and the middle. Do those first. So this is the first step. We'll change the color, choose purple. So in the first step, I'm going to take the top equation, x minus y, plus z equals 10, and 3x plus y plus 2z equals 34. So I'm trying to find where we can get rid of one variable. So you can see now that since the y on top is negative y and the bottom is plus y, we can easily get rid of it. So we can get rid of it. Let's get rid of it. It's gone. So that's what your first goal is, to get rid of one of the variables. In this case, we're getting rid of y, so we should get rid of y throughout the whole time until we're left with x and z, and then we can figure out what x or z is. Then we just add. We're adding here, keep in mind, so that'll be 4x. Remember, the y is gone, plus 3z. We're adding here again, and that'll be 44. So we have our first equation. Just put a box over it. We're going to use that later. All right, let's change the color again. Go back to red. Step 2. Step 2. So in step 2 now, we're going to take the middle equation, 3x plus y plus 2z equals 34. Right, and we'll put the bottom one on the bottom, negative 5x plus 2y minus z equals negative 14. And we're going to try to get another equation. Now the problem with this one, as you can see, is there's nothing to eliminate right away. So we have to manipulate. Remember, we're trying to get rid of the y's because we got rid of the y's in the first step. Right over there, we got rid of the y's. So how do you think I can get rid of these y's by manipulating the equation? And you probably did this in Algebra 1 with the simultaneous equations with 2. So I'm going to multiply and use purple. I'll use a 2. So if I use a negative 2 and distribute it throughout the whole thing, I can get a negative 2y. That's what I'm looking to get. So let's do that. We're going to distribute the negative 2. And I'll get negative 6x. Now I'll have a minus 2y minus 4z. And then we're going to have a negative. And remember, you're distributing everything out over there. And if you do that, remember the 2's here, 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 and at 34. So it'll be negative 68. So rewind if you didn't see how I got that. I took this negative 2, distributed it all the way. And why? Because I wanted this negative 2y. Because on the bottom it says 2y. And then we'll put the other one back on the bottom here. And we'll add again. All right. So remember, oh, this was a negative 2. So now we have negative 11x because we're adding here. That's gone. We have a negative 5z. and it equals negative 82. So we have now our two boxes, and we've gotten rid of the y. All right, let's get ready for step 3. And put a little line here. And we'll change the color so it doesn't get too blurry. Well, I'm going to use black. Step 3. We're going to take our two boxes we made, the 4x plus 3z equals 44. And then the other box here was negative 11x minus 5z equals negative 82. To put those two together. Now you can see now we want to eliminate one other variable now. And you can see we have to do manipulation again because there's nothing to eliminate. So if I put, and in this case now we have to do it twice. Let's put a box over there. If I take a 5 and manipulate that and take a 3 on the bottom and manipulate it, what do you think we'll get if we distribute that out? So let's distribute it. See what we get. Well, we'll get it on the top, we're going to get 20x because 5 times 4 is 20, right? 20x plus 15z equals 220. Just distributing the 5 all the way out. And on the bottom, if we did that, if we take the 3 and distributed, we'll have a negative 33x minus 15z. See why we did a 3 and a 5? Because now we can get rid of the z. Equals negative 256. And then we can get rid of that. Add this up. We're going to have a negative 13x equals negative 36. And we just do the little algebra. And x equals 2. So this is a very tedious process, and it's long. And we're not even done yet because we don't know what y or what z is. But we do have x. So we know we have our first one, x equals 2. So now we can go back to one of these boxes. Go to that one, or go to that one, and plug in the 2 for x. Let's use that one. Why not? 4 times 2, because that's what x is, plus 3z equals 44. 8 plus 3z equals 44. So we just minus the 8 on both sides. Now we're going to have 3z equals 36. And divide out the 3 on both sides. Now we have what z is. Z is 12. We have x, we have z. Now we need our last one. So let's go back to red. So we know what x is. We know what z is. Go back to one of the equations of the original. And let's go to the most simplest one right there. This one right there. Because we know what x is. X is 2. We don't know what y is, so we'll put minus y. We know z is 12, and it has to equal 10. So we have negative y plus 14 equals 10, minus the 14. Do a little algebra here. Cross that out. Negative y is going to equal negative 4. So that means positive y will equal 4. And we have all three. We have x equals 2, y equals 4, and z equals 12. And that's how you do a system of equations with 3 variables and 3 equations. So rewind if you need to. That's our video for today.